Hey, this is Christy Mattoon from Rewire. Thank you so much for being here. Subscribe if you haven't, like, share these videos. If they help you, they're going to help somebody else. And that's the point of all of this, and the huge cosmic consciousness that is all of us, is to help each other at the end of the day. And so any way that we can do that, any way that we can share and perpetuate each other forward in this path is just really, the best way to do things. So here we are. I'm talking today about making a decision. Making a decision. The reason we're talking about this is because it popped up in another group that I help coach, and I thought it was really an awesome exercise that was posed by the leader of the group. And this particular thing is for weight loss, but this applies to anything, okay? It truly applies to anything. I'm having an issue holding this phone steady. I apologize for that. So a decision-making exercise. This is what was written. Write out 2 columns. In the first column, list all of the reasons why you want to do something, whatever the something is, right? Whether it's continue on a journey that you're on, read a book, do a thing, like whatever it is. And usually for bigger stuff, we think about this, but if there's something that you're like back and forth in your head in, and you're just not too sure, even if it seems like a small thing, this is super simple and an easy way to go about doing this. So you make these 2 columns. In the first column, you list all the reasons why you want to. In the second column, you list the reasons why you don't. So after you've written out these reasons for both, doing it and not doing it, write the reasons that are chosen, or circle the reasons that are chosen out of love. That's an interesting one, isn't it? Sit there and notice for a second, what were the reasons that were chosen out of love, right? So these are probably the reasons for doing it. And some of those reasons inside of doing it might not have been out of love. So you're going to circle the ones that are chosen out of love. And then cross out the ones that are chosen out of fear. Because even in your reasons why you're doing it list, some of those reasons are going to be fear-based. If I don't do this, what could possibly happen? Those kind of answers are the ones that you're going to notice are fear-based, right? And then you're going to sit there and take a look at that. What decision do you come to based on the things that you chose out of love? It's a quick way to make a decision. Let's carry this a step further, though. Let's carry this a step further. If you want to make it permanent and you want to make whatever it is you're choosing a really, like, it's part of me. Like, I get it. I know that's what I choose. I don't question it. I'm not second guessing anything anymore. When you feel or you decide that level of love, here's what I chose out of love and I've circled it. You have to feel the feeling. The feeling is the connector between the two, right? I can sit there and look at something and think about something, but if I don't elicit a feeling to it, it's probably not going to stick, and I'm going to see that come back around again. And I'm going to find myself making the same decision all over again. If you feel the emotion and you let yourself really get in there with it, you just, feel the love behind making that decision, you're going to actually have that thing go further through your life, set in deeper. You might not ever have to make that decision again. It's just going to be a natural, yes, that's how I work, that's how I operate, that's who I am, that's what I do. Because the feeling is the operative. The feeling itself is the attachment to the thought that sends you into motion and keeps you stable in a way that just thought alone won't. The activity of circling it or crossing out is part of the physiological thing that you need to do to help create the change. It seems like a menial thing. Even writing the lists out, people are like, I don't want to do this writing list thing anymore. Writing it down, you're coming at it from different avenues. Not only have I spoken it, I'm looking at it, I'm circling things, I'm crossing things out, right? My hands are in play, my arms are in play, my heart's in play, my brain's in play. I'm trying to decide, I'm looking at the feeling, I'm noticing what was in love and what was in fear, and then I'm sitting there in that higher level feeling. Now you can do this the other way too, which is what we normally do, is we kind of make the list in our head, and we go through and notice, and we land on fear, and then we sit there and fluctuate and focus into the fear. And then we definitely find ourselves back in the same circles over and over again. A little bit of work goes a long way. this decision-making process, I have it sitting here written on a card. I will post beneath this video, and then the idea that you have to sit there and feel it. Now, I know a lot of people struggle with the idea of feeling because of what we were taught. We were taught to shove our emotions, to stuff them, to push them down, especially the good ones. Don't feel, don't let that get in your way of what you're doing, right? We used to be taught that kind of stuff or told that kind of stuff all the time. If that was you and you're struggling with the feelings, contact me. We can do some work to help open that up. That's part of what I do with people. If you get this and you can feel the feeling, right? The feeling of love can come from anywhere. It doesn't have to come for the particular thing you're working on, right? I can get the feeling of love. I can go find it like playing with my puppy. Oh, the feeling when she just looks up and smiles at you and those big eyes, it just sends this shock wave of love through your body, this ripple of love. I can go to that feeling and use that feeling of love for the idea of love that I'm looking for here if I'm searching for a feeling. Does it make sense? I don't have to find love in regards to the feeling of the thing I'm talking about. I can use the feeling of love from somewhere else. It's the same chemicals in the system. The system doesn't care where the feeling came from or what thought process brought you to the feeling of love. You can grab the feeling of love and I know what it feels like and I sit there holding on to it. Then I can introduce the thought of the thing that I have written on my card. Does that make sense? Let me know below. Comment below if you need help with this. See where I can help out. Blessings and peace. Please subscribe and share. Thanks.